Hey guys, BC Purell here, and today we're looking at some trains and World 6s, and this time it's about the Morristown line. So, trains and World 6, new route for New Jersey. So let's watch the video. I don't know, it's a dev diary. We don't want to watch that because it's what we just saw in the Dovetail Direct. Trains and World 6 is coming with 3 brand new routes and a host of new trains, including the Morristown line in the US of A. Last week we gave more details about Lights at Dresden with the BR 294 Deluxe Edition locomotive. We'll talk about Royal Riviera line in a future article next week. So, America, upcoming content. We've got the article today, Railfan article tomorrow. I'll be showing that one. The Morristown live stream is tomorrow, and Steam has a week-long deal on selected USA add-ons. In this article, we'll deep dive into the details of the NJ Transit fleet, included with a new showcase video, as well as the ALP45 DP available in Deluxe Edition. We'll also look at the route, schedule and service layers. New York to Hoboken and Dover. So it's 40 miles from urban New York City through rural Chatham and Dover, not the one in the UK. Retro Arrow 3 EMU and modern ALP46 locomotive. Hoboken included, one of North America's busiest stations. Yeah, they said that about Jamaica, and it isn't. So the Morristown line dates back to the lucrative 1930s when New Jersey locals needed a connection to New York City. Born to carry people, the line accelerated in popularity among passengers, being extended to Dover by 1948. As time passed and companies merged, it became part of the many electrified lines into New York and Hoboken Terminal, and today is a frequent commuter line operated by NJ Transit. The route is a tale of two halves, with the dense urban environment in New York City slowly fading away into a more suburban setting of New Jersey. New York Penn is the busiest railway station in the Western Hemisphere. That's a lie. Located beneath the famous Madison Square Garden, serving up to 600,000 passengers per day. That's a nice, lovely screenshot. The addition of Hoboken Terminal brings another thriving station to the part of the country in trains and world, being one of the busiest passenger terminals in North America. From here, trains head through the 1908 Bergen tunnels, through Newark and Orange, to ultimately reach Dover Station, not to be confused with Dover Priory. The electrified Morristown line heads through plenty of small stations with a mix of low-level and high-level platforms over a distance of 40 miles. It from these platforms that new audio platform announcements will be heard. Newark Broad Street offers a place for ALP 45DP. Engines change from diesel to electric power and vice versa, and Kearney connection offers likewise between voltages for the ALP46. Of particular interest to the Dovetail Games team is the inclusion of Dover and Chatham stations, named for their equivalent towns in Kent, England. Chatham in Kent is where our headquarters are based and is featured in the TSW compatible Southeastern High Speed Route add-on. Whilst roaming the platforms listening out to the new platform announcements, players may spot various bridge plate collectibles to tidy up. In reality, these are used by conductors and railroad staff to facilitate easy access for passengers between platform and trains. Let's watch the showcase.
Attention. We are currently being held at a red signal. This is due to an adjustment to the usual timetable.
Attention. We apologize for the slight delay. The stuck wiper blade issue has been resolved.
That was nice. I like the announcements that you get for like delays and faults. That's quite cool actually. That golden arrow looks quite fun. Both classic and modern trains from the NJ Transit fleet feature. So golden arrow for golden arrow. It's not the golden arrow. Arrow 3 EMU. New to train sim world is a classic Arrow 3 EMU, one of the staples of the Morristown line. This train was born to run on electrified commuter routes and is also known as Jersey Arrow. Original details for this fleet and electric railcars date back as far as 1968, the glory days for the Pennsylvania Railroad, while the latest third generation was built in 1977. The metal body is evocative of many other classic American trains from history, adorned with only the NJ Transit logo and stripes plus the American flag near the cab. The Boken Division AO3s are denoted by a 225K sticker adorned on each cab end, meaning they are set up for 25 kV use as opposed to Newark Division's 12 kV electrification. So that's the cab setup. It's quite interesting. The rudimentary cab makes this train a little tougher than the rest, with simpler patrols that demand a change in approach to operating other US trains and locomotives. There is no reverse in the Arrow 3 cab, simply turn a handle that turns clockwise or forwards to the left of the engineer position and a brake to the right. LP46, we know what that is, so I'm not going to waste my time with that. But let's read it anyway. Also includes a modern electric ALP46 locomotive with multi-level coaches and cab car. These trains offer a push-pull express runs out of New Penn, with downbound trains hauled by the locomotive and upbound trains led by the commuter cab car. This locomotive gives experienced train sim players a chance to learn the route with familiar traction having previously been seen on the NEC New York to Trenton route add-on. The multi-level coaches will offer conductor mode gameplay and be the place for players to experience the brand new in-game passenger announcements, adding a further level of immersion to the Morristown line experience, along with the adaptive passenger ambience effect determined by passenger levels inside each coach. Should players wish, public announcements would be also available to toggle on in the cab of the LP46 and 45DP locos. The NJ at Kearney connection, an in-cab indicator shows a changeover of voltage type. No player input is required to react to this change. The NJ Transit LP46 locomotive is included in Train Sim World 6 Morristown line. Route players do not need to own previously to release content to access train. New ALP45DP plus multi-level coaches and cab car available in deluxe special edition. Modern dual power locomotive, diesel and electric. Additional service from Morristown line. Through run possibilities on the North East Corridor, New York Trenton. Players opting for a Train Sim World 6 Deluxe Edition will be able to take the helm on brand new ALP45DP locomotive on services throughout the route. The ALP-45DP is a modern and innovative locomotive that entered service in the early 2010s, replacing Asian diesels. It is fitted with both a pantograph and a diesel engine for dual-mode operation. This makes the loco capable of running across New Jersey's unelectrified lines. In-game, this changeover takes place for both AI and playable trains at New York Broad Street. A sequence of tasks while stationary in service will allow the player to switch from diesel to electric and vice versa in a similar manner to how the 395 travelling services operate at Absolute International on the UK Southeastern High Speed route. Second time that's been mentioned, albeit between different electric modes rather than diesel. The changeover is dealt with here as a broken terminal has a copper-lined roof, and the raising of pantographs in the line brings with it very high level risk of arcing. Signage is in place around the route ahead of Newark Broad Street to denote the changeover of power. Unlike the ALP-46, the ALP-45DP is the only single cab locomotive to make room inside for two turbocharged V12 engines, which combined are able to push and pull commuter trains away from the wires with 4,200 horsepower under the hood. When making use of the overhead wires, the LP-45 can draw power from both the Morristown Division's 25 kV wires and Newark's 12 kV setup, allowing them to operate to and from both Hoboken Terminal and New York Penn Station. Conductor mode will be available, LP-45 loco will be available to purchase separately once Train Sim World 6 is released on the 30th of September. We all know about this, it's the same. Services. Cool. Type of services available to operate in service mode include Newark Division trains using the LP-46 and LF3 that run onto the North East Corridor. There are also depot movements to Sunnyside Yard included. Hoboken Division trains using the LF3 that run to Summit and Dover, including Hoboken, Cloudstone services running as far as Dover. LP-46 services running New York Penn to Dover, with some services go to Hoboken. Loco called ALP-45DP services running from Hoboken to Dover and travelling out of the map to destinations at Denville, Mount Olive, Lake Hopatcong and Hatchetstown. Deluxe edition ALP-45 players only. With the ALP-45, Hoboken Dover services are split in two from Hoboken to Newark Broad Street. These services will run on diesel power. Players will then switch to electric and continue the rest of the journey to Dover under overhead electrification. II Arrow 3 services representing the 12 kV trains will be running in and out of the map at New York Penn, but will not encroach onto the Morristown line. All the above are included in a schedule covering all times of day, including the night shift, meaning once you're up to speed with control of the New York trains, you can prove it all at night. Additional service layers. Additional playable and AI services will be available for players with the following TSW couple add-ons. Playable ACS 64 depot movement using the New York Trinity. Playable Amtrak XL depot moves. AI services at New York Penn using both of the above add-ons. AI traffic from an II. Yes! We initially alluded to existence of AI or static freight layers in a previous article. We regret that these have not been implemented into the schedule launch. That's a shame. Players with Serum Patch Grey consider using free. No, you're right. That's a downer for everybody. 8th generation console gameplay. After reviewing performance on previous generation consoles, we've amended the timetable to provide a suitable experience for these players. No additional AI service layers will appear in the schedule for these platforms. All ALP-46 services have been removed. Yep, P46 will only be available on just put that in there. Scenarios and gameplay. total of 8 scenarios are available in Morristown line, 5 for the routes and 3 more with the LP45 DP in Deluxe. These are set in a range of times and weather conditions, with the LP45 scenarios using both diesel and electric power modes. Mastery challenges are also included, requiring you to perform certain tasks on the route, like completing da 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 da. Let's talk about. Yeah, so that's it. So that was a good article. I feel like I know more about trains and what services they do, and I'm glad that I'm on Gen 9, so I don't get any effects. But you know, I feel sorry for them guys, but they should have upgraded. But it is what it is. So I've been BC Pro, and I'll see you in the next one.